guys, welcome back to Coding Adda. Myself Aditya, and in this video we are going to create a complete CI/CD pipeline using GitHub Actions. Okay, and we are going to understand basically how the CI/CD pipeline would work like. We'll not be deploying an actual project into production, but we'll be understanding the flow via which the things can be done. So without any further delay, let's get into the computer screen and let's understand this particular concept. So what is a CI/CD? CI/CD means continuous integration and continuous deployment. What is CI? Every time you push a code, it's automatically tested. You can catch bugs before they reach the users, and continuous deployment is after the test pass, code is automatically deployed. No manual copy files to the server anymore. This particular pipeline that we have created here has 4 stages, starting from installing and testing, running your test automatically, building, package your app into a Docker image, then deploying stage, deploy to a test environment, and then deploy to the production. Each stage only runs if the previous one has passed. If a test fails, nothing gets deployed. Okay, the name is CI/CD pipeline. Here what we are doing is we also want this to be triggered when there is any change pushed into the main or the develop branch, or if there is a pull request made on main branch. Also, we want to have manual triggering as well. We are also setting up 2 environment variables, which is the node version and the app name. Okay, and these are the jobs. The stage 1 is where the installation is done. This runs first every time on every push. The name is test. Name is stage 1 install and test. It will be running on the Ubuntu latest, which is a Git hosted runner, and we'll download the code. Obviously, check out it over there into that runner. Set up Node.js, check the node version, install dependencies, then run the test, and then check the code style. Okay, and also warn about lint issues, but don't stop the pipeline. Meaning, if there is any error, please continue. Prevent a job from failing when a step fails. Set to true to allow job when to pass when the step fails. Okay. Once we are done with installing, next is to build. Only runs after the stage 1 is passed. So if there is any issue that we are facing here, it will not go into the build stage. It will only directly fail from the step 1. If it is passing, next is the build stage. It needs test, meaning it will need the earlier step, which is the test step, to pass. Wait for the test job to finish and pass. And here we are only building on the main branch. If the GitHub reference heads to the main branch, then only build it. The steps that are present here is obviously to check out the code, log in into GitHub's container registry using Docker login action version 3. You don't need to get into the details of here, but just understand what are the steps that you are performing. With the registry, we just say the username and the secrets over here. Build the Docker image and push it using this particular actions, GitHub Actions. The context build from the root of your project, the root of the project that we have. Obviously push it into the registry, and the tags are GitHub SHA, which is unique ID of this particular commit. And then confirm the build, like, okay, this build is done. After this is done, we deploy it to the staging. Auto deploys after a successful build. It needs the build to pass, then only it will put into staging. It will tell the GitHub that use this setting staging environment. You can set up environment specific secrets in settings and going to environments. So here we are keeping the environment name as staging and the URL as this. The steps that are to be performed: deploy to the staging server and staging SSH key. Deploy to staging and just give us the server name. In real deployment, you will SSH into your server using this particular thing, and then the staging is complete. If a staging is healthy, wait for the 5 seconds for the app to start and check the health for the endpoint. Then deploy to the production. If the staging pauses and waits for human to approve it, only then does it deploy to the real world. Okay. Here we will have to set up approval using environment and new environment, have it to production and require reviewers, and then deploying it to the production. For now, we'll not be setting up any of these things because we don't have an actual big project that we want to deploy it, but we'll just test it via GitHub Actions. Git add, git commit -m, setting CI/CD pipeline, git push origin master. Okay, go to GitHub Actions. Now we have a different kind of action present. Name is CI/CD pipeline. So we click there, and obviously there would be triggering that would happen, but I will still go with creating a run workflow here. Here you can see this is an entire CI/CD process. Okay, stage 1 is install and test. After that passes, it will go to stage 2, which is build Docker image, then to stage 3, and then to stage 4. Here the stage 1 failed, obviously because the dependencies log file is not found in this particular folder. There is no package.json, there is nothing initialized. Hence, this particular stage failed. But when you are building any real world application, you have to give it your path, and then after that is done, this particular flow would take place. Install and test, build the image, deploy to the staging, and once the staging is done, if the tests are passing, it will then go into the production. Okay, so this is how a CI/CD pipeline gets created. This is how actually, the DevOps area of creating a project or a project development looks like. Here in this video, we did not actually create a complete DevOps pipeline or CI/CD pipeline, but we understood what are the different stages and how we can create an actual pipeline for a project. Okay, if you want one project wherein I can actually using a complete CI/CD pipeline using GitHub Actions and Docker to deploy it into production, please let me know in the comments so that I can create a video for you and I would know that, okay, this is the thing that you guys want me to do. So yeah, this was it for the video. If you like the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.